1. Which instructional strategy best supports adult learners preparing for GMI certification in print quality management? A. Providing continuous lectures with minimal engagement. B. Using real-world Pressroom case studies to illustrate measurement challenges. C. Emphasizing rote memorization of terminology. D. Avoiding discussion of previous industry experience. 2. When developing a GMI-aligned training curriculum, what should be the first priority? A. Aligning learning outcomes with GMI competency standards. B. Incorporating only instructor preferences. C. Relying on generic print quality guidelines. D. Reducing assessment rigor for efficiency. 3. What is the most effective assessment method to evaluate a learner's ability to interpret GMI color measurement data? A. Multiple choice quiz. B. Hands-on practical with spectrophotometer data analysis. C. Open discussion. D. Written essay. 4. During a feedback session, a GMI instructor observes defensive reactions from a trainee. What is the best communication technique? A. Use I statements to describe observations and reduce defensiveness. B. Emphasize mistakes repeatedly. C. Avoid discussion to prevent tension. D. Deliver criticism in front of peers. 5. Which curriculum design model is most appropriate for GMI's competency-based certification? A. Backward design aligned with measurable print performance outcomes. B. Topic-centered design. C. Instructor-driven schedule. D. Textbook-first design. 6. In adult learning, how does experiential learning apply to GMI press calibration training? A. Learners achieve mastery through direct, hands-on practice with print measurement tools. B. Learning is achieved by reading manuals only. C. Observing without participation ensures safety. D. Memorizing definitions replaces lab experience. 7. Why is documentation critical in GMI certification programs? A. It supports traceability and compliance with industry audit standards. B. It replaces formal assessment. C. It limits instructor flexibility. D. It is optional for skilled professionals. 8. A trainee consistently misinterprets delta E readings. Which mentoring strategy is most effective? A. Guide the learner to compare readings with visual references and explain the tolerance range. B. Provide written notes only. C. Repeat the correct value without context. D. Move on to the next topic. 9. When evaluating GMI compliance, the instructor's priority should be A. Verifying alignment with approved measurement tolerances and documentation accuracy. B. Minimizing data entry for speed. C. Adjusting results based on assumptions. D. Ignoring outliers. 10. What is the best example of formative assessment in GMI color consistency training? A. Periodic checks of print samples with real-time feedback. B. Final certification exam only. C. Peer grading sessions. D. End-of-course written test. 11. Which communication method most improves clarity when teaching GMI measurement procedures? A. Using visual aids and live demonstrations. B. Delivering technical jargon rapidly. C. Sending emails with instructions. D. Limiting explanation time. 12. The purpose of GMI's standardized protocols in certification training is to A. Ensure consistent print quality and reduce subjective variation. B. Increase administrative complexity. C. Replace all hands-on evaluation. D. Simplify global standards arbitrarily. 13. When designing learning objectives for GMI instruction, they must be specific, measurable, and directly tied to performance tasks. B. Broad and flexible without metrics. C. Focused on instructor preferences. D. Vague to allow multiple interpretations. 14. What is the key advantage of simulation-based GMI training? A. Allows learners to practice measurement and decision-making in risk-free environments. B. Reduces need for instructor feedback. limits realism. D, focuses only on theory. 15. How does adult learning theory support peer collaboration in GMI programs? A, shared experience enhances problem solving and contextual understanding. B, collaboration increases competition. C, group work distracts from learning. Adults prefer isolated study only. 16. A GMI instructor notices uneven engagement during calibration exercises. What action aligns with mentoring best practices? A, adjust tasks to learner skill levels and provide targeted guidance. B, ignore variations to maintain pace. C, penalize less experienced learners. D, reassign advanced tasks randomly. 17. The key regulatory aspect of GMI compliance is A, documentation and adherence to industry print standards. B, personal interpretation of color tolerances. C, instructor discretion without oversight. D, informal measurement verification. 18. What is the primary benefit of integrating self-assessment checklists into GMI training? A, encourages reflection and responsibility for performance improvement. B, replaces formal evaluations. C, reduces instructor workload entirely. D, serves as administrative filler. 19. Which of the following best defines constructive alignment in GMI curriculum design? A, ensuring assessments and instruction directly align with defined certification outcomes. B, following arbitrary module order. C, using unrelated assessment tools. D, centering content on instructor interests. 20. A GMI instructor uses color charts and press readings to demonstrate consistency thresholds. This is an example of A, visual experiential learning. B, abstract discussion. C, text-only teaching. D, passive lecture. 21. Which type of assessment most accurately evaluates real-world application of GMI standards? A, performance-based assessment with authentic print samples. B, short answer test. C, multiple choice exam. True-false quiz. 22. What should mentors prioritize when developing new GMI certified instructors? A, encouraging reflective teaching and adherence to standards. B, limiting professional growth opportunities. C, enforcing identical teaching methods. Focusing only on exam results. 23. During GMI audits, why is transparency in reporting essential? A, builds trust and ensures data validity. B, reduces workload. C, allows for flexible interpretation of results. D, minimizes documentation. 24. Which instructional strategy best supports problem-solving skills in GMI troubleshooting training? A, scenario-based learning focused on print variability issues. Memorization of definitions. C, repetition without context. D, lecture-based delivery only. 25. Why is mentorship critical in maintaining GMI certification standards within organizations? A, it ensures consistent application of measurement principles through knowledge transfer. B, it delays certification timelines. C, it removes accountability from trainees. D, it limits innovation. 26. How should instructors handle experienced learners who resist GMI procedural updates? A, explain the rationale and regulatory basis for the updates. B, ignore objections to avoid conflict. C, enforce compliance without explanation. D, allow outdated methods to continue. 27. What is the primary ethical responsibility of GMI educators? A, maintaining accuracy, fairness, and integrity in assessment and reporting. B, maximizing course enrollment. C, prioritizing instructor preference. D, reducing course difficulty. 28. What is the best communication approach during press-side GMI training? A, use clear, concise, and observable instructions. B, speak in complex terminology. C, deliver all instructions at once. D, avoid trainee questions. 29. How does reflective journaling support learning in GMI programs? A. Helps learners connect practice with theory and identify growth areas. B. Replaces all assessments. C. Focuses on unrelated topics. D. Adds unnecessary workload. 30. Which mentoring technique most effectively builds confidence in new GMI trainees? A. Provide constructive feedback with reinforcement of progress. B. Highlight every mistake publicly. C. Limit verbal feedback. D. Overwhelm with detailed critiques. 31. Which instructional adjustment best supports diverse learning preferences in GMI programs? A. Incorporating visual, auditory, and kinesthetic teaching methods. B. Relying on a single lecture format. C. Avoiding interaction. D. Using only written manuals. 32. What ensures the reliability of GMI certification evaluations across multiple facilities? A. Standardized rubrics and calibration of evaluators. B. Subjective instructor judgment. C. Regional interpretation of criteria. D. Informal testing procedures. 33. The ultimate goal of GMI-aligned education and training is to A. Produce professionals who can consistently meet measurable print quality standards globally. B. Simplify compliance documentation. C. Increase administrative reporting. D. Focus on theoretical principles only. 34. In GMI certification training, which instructional strategy most effectively supports adult learners in mastering complex print measurement standards? A. Providing self-paced, scenario-based simulations using real print defects. B. Delivering extended theoretical lectures on measurement principles. C. Requiring rote memorization of print terminology. D. Limiting practice opportunities to written exercises.